even though in the transportation element of the comprehensive plan, we put pedestrians first, we hadn't put any money toward it until this year. And fortunately, we've got a council now who sees the benefit of doing so. So when we created a mechanism to fund maintenance of the streets this year, we put 10% of that fund into a sidewalk fund. So eventually we can go out and fill the 150 miles of sidewalk that are missing in our community so that the people who have these gaps and can't get around by foot will be able to do so. The money that we just put into the 6-year street maintenance program, 90% goes to street maintenance, grind and overlay, pothole filling, and that'll be about $2.3 million a year. And then 10% will go to sidewalks, about $300,000 per year. There's some manual the engineers use to calculate trips. That's what our impact fees are based on. So essentially, they'll tell you how many trips will be generated by a coffee stand or a video store or the supermarket or a dentist or whatever. And so you know how many trips are generated there, and you have a factor for, well, how many of those will be pedestrian trips. So we can look at specific facilities and get an idea of what the traffic generation and what the pedestrian generation will be there. And then again, we can address those with sidewalk investment. One of the great things we do now in this electronic age of the internet is that we put all our plans online. So as we start generating the Pedestrian Master Plan, there'll be a map there, it's already been generated, where are the places where most of the sidewalks are missing. Eventually that map will be crossed with what are the greatest pedestrian generators. And there will be a color-coded map where you'll have some gradation to see where's the greatest need for sidewalks. And more detail will be placed online about that. And eventually we'll have a list of projects that we will be doing every year. Next year, the 6-year street plan will have a pedestrian element. It'll identify the places that have the greatest need for sidewalks, and it'll show the money it'll cost and where the money will come from to put those sidewalks in. So it'll be a very orderly, very predictable plan that anybody can essentially access with an internet connection.